Despite the fact that you are eating healthy, including lots of whole grains and fiber, along with very little fat, your bowel movements are sluggish, leaving you feeling bloated and miserable. What to do? Well, before you try an opening medicine or two, try adding more fat. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we find out why a little more dietary fat, not more fiber, might be what you need to get your colon in motion. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heifer lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. Now, the moving abilities of fat were established nearly 20 years ago by a team of researchers from the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics. The team probed the activity of 19 healthy human colons, literally. After gently clearing away the poop on board, the team wired up the colons that had volunteered to be part of the study with a series of tiny little pressure sensors located along the length of the colon. The ensuing wiring was then gathered together and carefully taped in place, and then hooked up to a portable recorder, which was popped in a shoulder bag, allowing the wired colon to go about its normal business, part of which included consuming 2 test meals, 10 hours and 27 hours later. Now, both of the meals were in fact roast beef sandwiches, but one version of the sandwich was a high-fat version and the other a high-carb version. The calorie count was identical, but the fiber content was a little different. Not unexpectedly, the high-carb version had more fiber. So, what happened? Well, the arrival of food created a lot of excitement in the colons. Here is a printout from each of the 6 sensors in one colon following ingestion of food. Now, to the untrained eye, the readout looks chaotic, but careful analysis revealed 5 distinct wave patterns. Some were more about mixing and others about moving. The wave patterns differed between the 2 roast beef sandwiches. When the team analyzed the wave patterns obtained from the 2 meals, the carbs seemed to be a tiny bit more stimulating for colons, but the effect was short-lived. The song and dance was over within the first hour following carb ingestion. This didn't happen with the high-fat meal. A high-fat meal got the colon dancing for upwards of 3 full hours. Physiologically speaking, it's not a big surprise. Fat digestion is a slow process, and everyone knows this. The detection of fat in a meal sparks the release of the hormone called cholecystokinin, or CCK for short. CCK hits the brake on gastric emptying, discouraging further consumption so that the digestive tract can take stock of the situation and clear the fat backlog. While the stomach says no more, the colon is encouraged to get moving, and that moving is what is needed to avoid constipation. You see, food that hangs around in the colon is worked on by bugs and the guys at the waterworks. The colonic branch of the Department of Water and Sanitation is responsible for retrieving most of the water added during the digestive process. Now, this water extraction process depends on giant water pumps. They pump 24/7. These pumps impact the wetness of a stool. When things are moving along nicely, the pumps have less opportunity to suck up the water. So the poop arriving at the end of the colon canal is soft and pliable. The poop seamlessly slips through the anal sphincter. But any delay trafficking the sludge out of the colon allows for more water extraction, making the resultant effluent significantly thicker and gummier. Pushing this goo through the tinal anal sphincter is no picnic. 2 more hours of moving is what you get when you load up with a higher fat meal. Now, 2 hours doesn't sound like much, but it does mean less opportunity for water extraction and easier pooping. So if you're struggling with hard, lumpy stools, maybe it's time to add more fat, not more fiber to your diet. And as a bonus, that extra fat is likely to do more than just bring relief from constipation. It can also help you tame your sugar gremlin and improve your insulin sensitivity. To learn more, download our free willpower report and begin the journey today to creating better body chemistry and better health. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry or need a little help getting your body chemistry on track? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who's struggling with constipation? Share this video with them so they understand how adding a little more fat to their diet can move their colon to action. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.